Thank you, Mr. Darboe. Why is it that UDP are very much law-abiding in doing its politics, while the ruling party don't play according to the rule of law?
Well, again,
people want you to be very confrontational. I mean, sort of an eye for an eye, a tooth for a tooth, you know, that kind of politics.
Well, you see, I don't know what they mean by confrontation, to be confrontational. You see, in 1996, when, in fact, between 1996 and 2005, when Jammeh, I mean, the Chad, for the brutality of it, when the Chad was just on the rise, you know, nobody dare talk about the murder of Koro Sise. I alone, at public rallies, at public meetings, questioned how and why was Koro Sise killed? Why the inertia, the action in investigations? I alone questioned it. And I remember Edward Singate, then vice chairman, the erstwhile vice chairman of the APRC, then turned a civilian politician, protested to the IEC that why was I making such such statement that I should be I should be called to book. I was going out of order. But the IEC acted very maturely and said, but these are issues. I unearthed Jammeh's corrupt practices with the Swiss scandal. And I confronted them. And I said, look, you know, if you believe that what I'm saying is not to arrest me, how the youth development enterprise was mismanaged and used for ulterior motives. It was I who confronted the regime on it. What do they want, to physically go and attack Jammeh? I will never do that. Whatever I say would be within the confines of the law. After all, laws are provided to guide the conduct of political parties and political leaders. I will not go outside those laws. If Jammeh and his cohorts choose not to obey the law, you know, we will not do the same thing, because otherwise we wouldn't have anything to say against them for their lack of respect for the Constitution, for their lack of respect for the rule of law. We cannot be seen to be abrogating the law because we want people to say that, oh yes, they are brave people. We will never do that. And we will also not do anything that will put the Gambia on flames. After all, the Gambia is one family. We are all related one way or the other. And, we will not do anything that will really put that country on flames. But that is not to say that we will not defend ourselves against any assault by any group of persons, be they civilians or security services. We will not run away from them. Anyone who attacks us, we will defend ourselves. That much we will do.
Currently, there is no term limit in our constitution for the president. Will a UDP-led government change that?
That is our cardinal principle. We believe that there must be term limits to the presidency. And even though the party in power can be elected as many times as possible. But then for the individual president, there must be a term limit. Because even the president and his vice president may differ on certain matters. The vice president's views on certain policies may be slightly different from that of the president, even the cabinet minister, so that you would have an opportunity of fresh ideas being injected into the running of government. I believe that it is absolutely necessary, and it helps to ensure the growth of democracy in the country, to also ensure that people have confidence that you can have a change of government by peaceful and lawful means.
Some of your critics also charge that UDP is Mandinka-based party, it's a tribalistic party. Can you react to that charge?
Well, again, that is opinion. When I was introducing myself to you, I said, look, my father was a politician. He was a member of United Party, which was regarded then as a Banjul and Wolof-based party, whilst the PPP regarded as a provincial and a Mandinka-based party. But my father never supported the PPP. And of course, any child, during your formative years, your parents have a great deal, of influence in molding your outlook and molding your views about things. And from age 10, in fact, I think age 11, I came to Banjul, and since then, except when I was in high school, I have never been out of Banjul for more than 3 months. And that's when I go for holidays, back home during the summer holidays, I'm out of Banjul maybe for not even 3 months. And except for the period that I was away for studies, I have never been away from Banjul for more than a year. I've lived all my life in Banjul, interacted with the people of Banjul, with the Wolof community in Banjul. My wives are non-Mandinkas. In fact, one of them, my second wife, the mother is a Jola. The mother is a Jola. So my children, by that woman, have uncles who are Jolas. But, this has to be the kind of criticism or opinion floated about by my opponents. For them, you have to sell that idea to the Wolofs, to the Fulas, the Jolas, the Seres, the Sarahules, so that they deny UDP the vote. But then, those who have been foremost in that criticism have their reasons as members of the executive of the United Democratic Party. You have prominent people from prominent families in Banjul, Wolofs, who are members, in fact, executive members of the United Democratic Party. I don't think anybody will doubt the fact that Mr. Amadou Tal comes from a highly respectable family, Wolof family in Banjul. He is a senior member of the United Democratic Party. Nobody can deny the fact that Madam Mariam Jack Denton, daughter of former Governor General and former Speaker of the House of Representatives of the Gambia, Wolof every aspect, born and bred in Banjul, senior member, founding member of the United Democratic Party. My deputy, Peace Fuller, from Basi, Single Nyasi, a Jola, prominent, in fact, royal. If you have a royals among Jolas, the Nyasis are royals. From Fonyi, we have the same constituency, the same district with Yame, councillor. Once the tribalists, but no, because they do not have anything, they cannot criticize our policies, they cannot criticize our programs. They say, look, let us label them as tribalist. But then Gambia, Gambians, I think Gambians have now realized that UDP is not a tribal party. It doesn't have a tribal agenda. That it has become very obvious to people in the Gambia which political leader has a tribal agenda. It's become very obvious for Gambian people. And we will never be tribalistic. I mean, I cannot imagine me with my second wife, they trying to do anything against the Jolas. I'll be hurting my wife, hurting my family. Or against the Series, hurting my first wife. You know, or Fullers, hurting my first wife because the money is Fuller. And of course, my second wife, the grandmother, comes from a very prominent family in Banjul, the Jallo, Makumba Jallo family. So I cannot understand. But let them go on with their labeling of UDP as a tribal party. We will pursue our own agenda and program of divesting the Gambia of dictatorship. That is our aim, and we'll continue with that.